Okay, welcome back. We are doing page 8 today of our Be Happy Echo Park mini album, 6.5 by 8 inches. I think I might also do some general cover of the album and kind of some pieces and parts, if you will. So this one might be a little bit bigger, and it'll be the last one before we do the embellishment and walkthrough. So I like to keep them short because I feel like people don't want big long videos. All right, so page 8 is going to be a waterfall. That's our last kind of little interactive page there. So we'll tuck that out of the way. I do have my pieces pre-cut, pre-organized, pre-inked, and ready to go to keep us moving right along. So we're also going to need some tape. Okay, so we've got the pieces here. We're going to do a waterfall kind of like we did on a different page. We did have a waterfall. Where's that page? We did a waterfall here. I kept this one kind of straight with the little 3 pieces. I went ahead and went back to some curves for this one. And I've done some curves on a couple other pages. Here I did curves. So kind of bringing in some of the curves that we haven't seen in a bit. I have my pre-cut pieces. I'm also doing 4 flaps on this one. So a little bit different as well. Okay, we will be doing a magnet closure, and again, I've talked about this, but I'm going to use a good magnet closure, one of the basic gray magnet closures. It's just a really strong one to use versus the Amazon ones that they're just a little cheap, so they're not as tough. I do the magnet on the flap, like the most kind of the furthest one down, and then I'll do the other magnet on the little fold up tab. So I'll kind of have that same system where I'll do the fold up. I don't know if I'm just now kind of thinking off the top of my head, would we like a fold down waterfall? What do we think of that? I think I'm going to think about that for a minute. So our base is going to be yellow for this page. So because it's a base and I'm going to be putting some stuff on it, I'm going to give it a better tape adhesive versus just my little quickie tape runner. There we go. I want it to kind of sit nice. This is a yellow from Stampin' Up. I apologize for not knowing the color off the top of my head, but it went well with the pack of paper. I used the yellow and a blue. I think it's boho blue from Stampin' Up. Just to kind of complement. I believe Echo Park makes complimentary like solids. I just didn't happen to buy them for this pack. I mean, it's, you know, black and yellow. It's pretty easy to match. So I did an ink here. You can tell it's pretty faint. But we're going to put that down. I think I'm going to just kind of play with these for a second while I think about. I don't know that I've ever seen a waterfall that comes down. I'm not sure if that's how I feel about that. And I'm also kind of kicking around in my brain right this moment, like a waterfall, although I'd have to lift this back up. Could you do like an overlapping overlapping waterfall? Well, no, I guess you could just do the 2 flaps. Now I could do like so and so, but I didn't cut paper for that, meaning the papers wouldn't stand out because I was planning to do an alternating. But yeah, you couldn't really do that. So it would just be a flap. So now my question in my brain is, do I want to do kind of a flap going down? Let's kind of just lay it out and see if we like that. I swear this is completely spontaneous. I had not thought of this in advance. And then our little tabby would be up so. So you would open it downward. That could be kind of different and fun. You could still do things on the bottoms. Should we do it? I think we're gonna do it. Okay. So just like that, we have changed our plan a bit. So I am going to do alternating polka dot and kind of this little daintier yellow flower. I think my plan was I wanted this one on top. I believe was my plan. Let's see. I'm gonna lay them out this way just because it's a little bit easier to hold. So yeah, I think I like that one. And then I can decide which way I want the tab to go. This only matters that I decide this now, obviously, because the last one is where I'll have to do the magnet. So I want to be aware of that kind of going forward. And do I like it? So this paper is nice because it doesn't really have an up or a down with the butterflies and the little dragonflies going every which way. So that'll work. That's okay. We're going to just look at it real quick. I don't know if this is annoying to people or not, but no, I want the yellow. Okay, or I want the brighter color. So we're gonna go like so, which means I need a magnet. It'll be on the inside, so I can do all of my outsides. I do still think this through in terms of my placement because I haven't made tons of mini books yet. So I do tend to think it through because I don't want to mess things up. Okay, one. But the magnet will go like on this side. It could have gone on that underneath there. Probably should have. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. Ooh, look at that, all fixed. All right, so even when we think it through, sometimes we goof. So this will be the one we'll do last. Okay, and we're gonna kind of build up. All right, so here, nope, here, here, okay. Let's hope they're all gonna fit. That should be fine. That's 2, and that's gonna be 3. And that's gonna be, oh, wait, how did I do that wrong? All right, let's try that again. And this is why we lay things out before we tape things down. Why is this not working? Okay, I want you up here. No, I want you on top. Arrgh. Okay, maybe it has to go this way for me to get what I want. Guys, I'm struggling. I'm struggling. Because, oh, I think I kind of laid it out that way thinking like, oh, it's going to sit that way. It's not. Okay. All right. We are going to get this right. We are going to get this right. Who's tempted to just stop the video now? Me. And I don't want to start and restop only because, okay, that works. Okay. Question though is I don't think my little tabby is going to be quite long enough. Let's see if my little tabby is going to be long enough. Okay. All right. This is what we're doing, guys. This is what we're doing. So I'm going to go up a little ways. Okay. So I'm going to start with this one and I'll lay this one down. That was a lot. I'm sorry. Let's get some tape on here. Whoops. It's probably a really bad idea to tape when I've got other paper under it. I'm a crazy rebel, apparently. Oh, that is awful. That was a terrible taping job. Yikes. All right. So we're going to tuck this one kind of up to the edge. Not quite to the edge, but I definitely want it up there a ways. I'm going to kind of eyeball it off the grid a little bit, but mostly we're going to eyeball it and kind of build from here. So I'm going to give myself just a lip of yellow. Looks pretty even. I'm going to go. Okay. Now I still have to put the inserts in. I know that. I'm going to do that last because I just got so confused doing the other part. So I don't want to confuse myself anymore. All right, next up, a little floral. If you've seen a waterfall this way before, I'm sure it's not an original idea. I just can't think of one off the top of my head, but there's so many great albums out there and creators to follow. So certainly this amazingly not at all innovative idea has been done. All right, we're gonna line it right up, like so. Kind of burnish in a minute here. Then we go back to polka dot. I can't see, there we go. Too much black, I couldn't see where one page was ending and the other one was starting. Now I did goof. I'm thinking about that right now because I'm gonna have to lift up here a little bit to get my tab in, but I'm not super concerned about that. Okay, so this will be our last one. And we'll pause here for a minute so that we can get that tab taken care of. One day I will have the order of this organized. This is where I don't have like a math brain. All right, so I'm just gonna lay this out for a second so I can kind of see which one I wanna put. I wanna do the blue. Yeah, I think I like the blue. Nope, I like the blue. Okay, so this one's here. The magnet will go under here. So I can adhere this one on because this is gonna be my top. And then we'll get that little edging dealt with. It's gonna go under that paper that I already adhered down. I see people who make albums like in advance, like the pages, and I just don't know how they can do that. I'm not that, I don't know, committed, I guess, that early on. So I'm just kind of lifting this up. If you can see me doing that, just kind of lifting her up a little bit. And it'll rip a little bit on the back, but it doesn't matter because I'm going to push it back down. So, and I'll definitely add a little more adhesive. Let's get that. Stick them off. Okay. And again, I'll use my cute little grid to go centered, which is going to be here-ish. Maybe just a tad off. Let go. Since there's already adhesive in there, it's being a little difficult, but okay, yeah, that looks good. So I'm just gonna push all that back down. We'll burnish, burnish, burnish. It's gonna be fine. Now, that pops up pretty annoyingly, but again, these magnets are fabulous, so we're gonna be good. And these magnets also have adhesive already built onto them, and they've got their little plus and minus, so I can actually just take the little stick 'em off and put that down. This is a magnetic board. I'm gonna take this off, and I'm going to add this on here. So notice I didn't put that top one on yet because I want that magnet to go under it. So I'm just gonna line this back up. There we go. And then I'm gonna flip that over because it's got its own little adhesive. Pull those little puppies apart. Looky there. Okay, so this one I will do a little tape over just to hold that magnet better in place. I'm not super worried about it, but why not? And I'll do it on the little flappy part as well. But for the rest of this, we'll just put some adhesive. Make sure we fully cover our magnet. Take that tape off it. Okay. Had a moment of panic that I didn't take the tape off. Look at the backing. And this one here, we'll put a little tape on there. Oops, it's a little wider than I want to go. Pull it back up. Okay, that should be good. I just trim a little bit off. There we go. And that'll be the inside. There's a little honeycomb, so that'll be cute. And these are just those little scraps, which is so nice to kind of use up. All right, boom. Now it's not puffy. Yay. Okay, and I'll probably do a little something down here on this edge. All right, last step, we'll just adhere our white and blue. I think I'll go, actually I think I'm gonna do the blue to match up with that. So let's see. We're gonna white, blue, white, blue. Sure, that works. And again, everything was rounded corner-wise, so everything kind of has that nice, oops, oh, put it on the wrong side. Okay, that's okay. We'll just ink the other side. All the goofs tonight. This is what happens when you scrapbook after work, apparently. I'm almost done. Actually, by the time these videos are up, it will be my summer vacation, I'm pretty sure. So, yay for me. All right. Oops. Accident fixed. We're going to be careful about which side we ink this time or which side we adhere. Just in case you can't see this, I'm going to turn it a little bit sideways. I'm realizing my mats are a little short, but I don't really mind it. Oh, I hit the end. Okay. We'll swap out tape real quick. So taking the time to redo that tape runner. Snip it up there. The bits I was talking about that I need to do, I have a couple inserts for the pockets, the front and back pocket of the book. And then I also have some tags, the Graphic 45 tags that I'm putting in a couple different pockets on the book. I have those two put together. Okay, so I think that's kind of fun. Again, nothing, you know, earth-shattering and different, but kind of an upside-down little waterfall with pretty little papers, lots of space for more photos, and our fabulous little magnet closure, which holds it all together. Page 8, ladies and gentlemen. Let's face it, ladies and ladies. Okay, so our album, let's get those pages out of the way. Our album is still basic. These are the pockets I was talking about. So I made these way back at the beginning. And one of the things I decided to use on this album was a die, Planners Essentials from Elizabeth Craft Design. So I used this die here, which you can see, and it's about little 8.5 by 6. So I cut these out on black, and then I measured, and then I cut out some pieces to kind of decorate them. So I've got these little pieces here, again, already pre-inked and ready to go. And basically they're just like a little folder for those pockets. So you've got the little tab here and more space. So I'm going to decorate each of these real quickly. I was going to do the colorful on the outsides and then the white on the inside. And that way people had some flexibility with how they were going to use them. And do I have, okay, well, let's do a quick little refill. Remember these good old tape runner refills? We have an expo in Southern California in the fall, and I go, and there's a lovely Creative Memories lady who is there every year, and she always does sales. And so every year I buy a zillion refills, and that's my kind of stock up for the year. Okay, so little cute bees, those adorable. This is the backside of a cut apart, so had to kind of commit to not using this cut apart, which I definitely waited until kind of the last minute to just do. And then these were not part of the die, these shapes, I just simply measured and then cut. So, and then I corner rounded because the rounds or the corners on the template were rounded. So I wanted it to kind of have that nice little look to it. This little honeycomb paper is so cute. And then we'll do 2 little white pieces on the inside. And I just like this little pull out. I think it's just a fun space to put smaller photos and or to do a little bit of journaling if you want. Nothing super exciting. If you want to kind of get an idea for the size here. So here's an Instax photo, or those little Polaroids. So you could certainly do 1. You could do, ooh, you might be able to do 2 if you went kind of side by side that way, which you certainly could. So 1 little booklet done. Do the next little booklet. Make sure, yep, okay. And this one I'll do the opposite. I'll do this on this side. And little bees on the other side. So cute. And then inside, white. And when we go through and embellish, if we have some extra stuff, we could certainly put some on here as well. Another cute thing that I'm kind of thinking about now that I've already committed with adhesive, it would have been cute to throw a little ribbon in here, kind of like a little pull out for that. I could probably still lift it up if I wanted to. I was looking and I don't have a great yellow ribbon supply, and that kind of threw me when I was looking at some ribbon for other things. All right, so I could tuck that one in there, fits nice, and this one in here. So I've got those little pieces. You could probably even do them like so if you wanted to just have one part of the book in. So that's kind of cute, and it's going to hold the shape of the pocket a little bit better. So, oh, look at that, so cute. So we'll kind of leave them like that. And then we have pages that needed pockets or had pockets. So if we look here at our assembled pages, let's see, page 1. So here's my page 1, and 2 and 3 and 4. Okay, so page 1 was a pocket, so it's going to get a tag. I've got, and again, I use the Graphic 45 punch, tag punch, and then their actual tags. I was kind of debating what I wanted to do here in terms of both sides, and I decided to go ahead and leave the back side of the tag black, so I'm not going to add anything. Could you add another piece of paper, a cut apart, some white paper for like a photo mat? Absolutely, you certainly could. I just chose not to for no apparent reason. So we're just going to cover these real quickly. I did wait until kind of last minute to do the tags because I wanted to make sure I had paper for my pages. I think I bought maybe 2 extra pieces of paper from this pack. So I didn't have a ton of extra, okay? Okay, so we've got this little pocket here. It's got the green. I think I kind of like that one. So we'll put that in there and we're gonna flip it over. Then I actually have a pocket on this side as well. I'm thinking maybe those little bees, okay? And then the other one was that one, so let's put 2 in here. Okay, so we've got our pockets and our tags. We have done our waterfalls. I think we have all of our pieces done. So let's talk about the cover and work right around. Again, I've pre-cut things. I had set paper aside. I always set paper aside for my outside, my cover, if you will, because I don't want to run out. So I definitely make it a point to have this set aside. I'm going super simple on this front cover right now. Now, my last video will be embellishing. I'm going to go through and embellish the whole book with the sticker page, and I had a little ephemera pack. That's where I'll add any ribbon. So I will most certainly add something to the cover. I'm thinking I might do some flowers like popped up, so kind of a 3D version. I've definitely got some yellow flowers in a bucket somewhere that would be kind of cute. But For the front and back, we're gonna do kind of this bigger floral pattern will be my top or my base. Oops. And then I'm going to do the black gingham on top of that. And then I did have a cut apart set aside for kind of like my title block, if you will. So again, I could add more. This, I found my Xyron is a really good, it just pops it up. So I'm curious if you do your covers first, last. I tend to do them last. I guess I want to focus on the pages and use my resources there. Again, even though I set stuff aside, but I think for the most part, I've done them last, unless I just have some really, I don't know, specific idea in my head. Again, keeping it kind of simple. I am not super fancy when it comes to this stuff. Okay, so now we'll do the black. So you just get a hint of the flower. Okay, so there's my front. Oh, got our little cut apart still. The cut apart, I think I might hold off right now, because if I do a ribbon behind it, or if I think I might pop it up. So I think I'm gonna hold off. So I'm just gonna kind of set that aside one more time. We'll do the back, same sort of process. The back I will leave once it's done, and probably the spine. So nothing super exciting there. I do want to try the charm thing. I have not done those like dingly charms yet. That's kind of my next little want to try. Oh, darn, ripped the paper. Okay. Put that little snippet off there. How many pair of scissors do you actively use when scrapbooking? I've got my little snippets, I've got my ribbon scissors, and then I've got kind of my, what I call my gunky scissors, that, you know, I'm not worried about them getting dirty if there's glue or adhesive. So I'm sitting with 3 different pair of scissors that I'm using at any given time. Okay. Same situation, our base. Then we're gonna do our gingham. And then we'll do our spine. I want to say the spine was a 2.5. I don't know if I put that on my measurements or not. I don't like to have an extra big spine. Try to go as narrow as I can, and you can get that for, you can get a 4 hinge on a 2.5. So, for those of you who are wondering. Okay. It might just be a tiny bit long. All right, and peel. I feel like I'm losing my light. Apologize if the coloring's not working out for the lighting here. Try to use only natural light, not my light, my office light, because it's just kind of yellowy. All right, spine. I went with the gingham for this one. Kind of just push it down. Okay, so we have front cover, open it up, cute little pouch. We've got page 1, page 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, back flap. So we are done except embellishments. So that will be coming next, and then we'll do a final walkthrough. Thanks for watching.